Hi everybody! Problems, problems, problems. In this Business English vocabulary lesson, I'm going to teach you lots of useful vocabulary for talking about problems and difficulties. Welcome back to English for Professionals. I'm Derek and I'm here with another short lesson for you busy people. Before we get started, just a quick reminder to subscribe to my channel, hit the red button and don't forget to click on the little bell. And now let's get started. So first of all, we'll look at some simple ways to talk about problems. Then we'll look at useful words which often go together with the word problem. And at the end, I'll show you some great idioms connected to problems. So make sure you stick around until the end. So, some simple ways to talk about problems. We often use the structure have problems with followed by a noun. We're having some problems with the new production line. Say it with me after 3. 1, 2, 3. We're having some problems with the new production line. We can also use the word trouble. We're having some trouble with the new production line. 1, 2, 3. We're having some trouble with the new production line. Make sure to say trouble here and not troubles. We can also use difficulties. We're having some difficulties with the new production line. 1, 2, 3. We're having some difficulties with the new production line. And we can also use issues. We're having some issues with the new production line. 1, 2, 3. We're having some issues with the new production line. Great, now let's look at some different ways to talk about difficulties. So difficult and hard have the same meaning. We can say that something is difficult or hard to do. It's very difficult to find a reliable supplier. Say it with me after 3. 1, 2, 3. It's very difficult to find a reliable supplier. It can be quite hard to write business reports in English. 1, 2, 3. It can be quite hard to write business reports in English. We can also say, find it difficult or hard to do something. We find it difficult to attract new customers. 1, 2, 3. We find it difficult to attract new customers. He finds it hard to make presentations in English. 1, 2, 3. He finds it hard to make presentations in English. What do you find difficult or hard to do? Leave me an example sentence in the comments. Excellent! Now we'll look at some different verbs and adjectives that often go together with the word problem. Let's start with 3 verbs that have a similar meaning. Tackle, address, and deal with. They all mean to take action and start trying to solve the problem. We need to tackle this problem immediately. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. We need to tackle this problem immediately. There are several problems that need to be addressed. 1, 2, 3. There are several problems that need to be addressed. Susan is very experienced at dealing with complex problems. 1, 2, 3. Susan is very experienced at dealing with complex problems. Now let's look at some adjectives. We can use minor and major to talk about the seriousness of a problem. A minor problem is not so serious, whereas a major problem is very serious. We had some minor problems at the start of the project, but nothing serious. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. We had some minor problems at the start of the project, but nothing serious. If we don't take action now, this could become a major problem. 1, 2, 3. If we don't take action now, this could become a major problem. The next one is immediate problem. An immediate problem is one that exists now and needs to be dealt with quickly. Climate change is an immediate problem. 1, 2, 3. Climate change is an immediate problem. I have one more adjective for you, and that is persistent. A persistent problem is one that continues to exist or happen, especially for longer than is usual. We've been having persistent problems with our IT systems. 1, 2, 3. We've been having persistent problems with our IT systems. Do you know any other words that often go together with problem? Let me know in the comments or even write an example sentence. Great! To finish our lesson, we'll look at some nice idioms connected to problems and difficulties. The first idiom is come to a head. If a problem or difficult situation comes to a head, it suddenly becomes worse and has to be dealt with quickly. Business had been bad for a while, but the situation came to a head when we lost our biggest client. 1, 2, 3. Business had been bad for a while, but the situation came to a head when we lost our biggest client. The second idiom is in dire straits. If you're in dire straits, you're in an extremely difficult or serious situation. The coronavirus has left a lot of businesses in dire straits. 1, 2, 3. The coronavirus has left a lot of businesses in dire straits. Our third idiom is teething problems. And these are the difficulties you experience during the initial stage or start of an activity or project. We had some teething problems when we started using the new software, but we managed to solve them quite soon. 1, 2, 3. We had some teething problems when we started using the new software, but we managed to solve them quite soon. And let's finish off with a positive idiom. See light at the end of the tunnel. If you see light at the end of the tunnel, you see signs of hope for the future after a long period of difficulty. Turnover was pretty bad for the first 6 months of the year, but now we can see light at the end of the tunnel. 1, 2, 3. Turnover was pretty bad for the first 6 months of the year, but now we can see light at the end of the tunnel. Do you know any other idioms or expressions connected to problems or difficulties? If so, let me know in the comments. So that brings us to the end of this lesson. Lots of great vocabulary and some interesting idioms connected to problems and difficulties. I hope you found it helpful, and if there are any other areas of business English that I can help you with, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to cover them in an upcoming lesson. If you like this lesson, give me a thumbs up and share with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already and join my email list. Every 2 weeks I send out my free vocabulary email with additional business English, words from the news and everyday English for you to learn. So check it out, the link is in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon.